Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hi there everyone, this is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard to Starship Normal Prize for another episode of Homeworld 2 where we're playing the Point Defense System mod. Okay, so before we get in the game, I will apologize about this video. I've had some sinus issues today, which is causing my nose to have a weird whistling sound. And to me, it always sucks because I don't know how to whistle in real life, but whenever my sinuses get clogged, I can whistle all day. It makes no freaking sense to me. My body is very weird. But anyways, let's get back into the game. As you can see in the background, there's a fight going on where we were fighting the Vaygr. We got destroyed because I kind of was just trying to show off a little bit of combat before we ended the last episode.
Standing by.
And one of the things that you guys told me in the last episode was that these defenses that we have on our ships can actually be destroyed. Like they can be targeted and permanently destroyed, which will reduce the amount of firepower that your frigates and whatnot can have.
Transfer complete. See you next time.
So yeah, like this one back here, this turret defense can be destroyed. I think, let's see, that one can be destroyed. That one can be destroyed as well, which would pretty much make the ion cannon frigate be like the way it normally is, where it just has the particle cannon. Good to know. I didn't know these things could actually, you know, be crippled over time. That's a pretty cool thing to have. But anyways,
standing by.
We got 2 battle frigates, 2 bloodhounds, 2 hydras, which are our basic torpedo frigate. We need to get the advanced torpedo frigate, which we need to do that in research, which I believe is this one. Yeah, this unlocks the better torpedo frigates. And then of course we have our support frigates and all that stuff. We need to research destroyer technology. We can also get our hyperspace thing going. Let's get all that going on our carrier. Ooh, we also have the NCW fire control system. Centralized weapons subordination in any fleet commander's dream, at times disliked by crew or individual ships. The fire control system differs from the various standard units installed in combat vessels by being able to electronically link directors from multiple platforms to calculate optimal firing solutions. Excuse me. Then broadcast the processed targeting data back to the combatants in question. This also results in enhanced coordination as well as increased systems redundancy and reduce emissions from being able to subordinate their weapon systems to direct from off-board platforms. So this one's a little bit more advanced of a coordination system than the basic one that we have in Homeworld 2. So cool, we'll get that going. And also, you build me a couple squadrons of strike fighters.
Acknowledged.
Once we get our torpedo frigates, our advanced ones.
Control tower complete. Scanning for targets.
Which should be done here momentarily.
Upgrade complete. New frigates available for construction.
There we go.
Assembly underway.
Let's build a handful of these advanced torpedo frigates. Patrol combatant. Tulwar patrol combatants are lone wolves providing Higaran fleet its eyes and ears.
Strikefighter Squadron, contact Fleet Control 154.75.
Thank you. Its eyes and ears in general engagements. These powerful heavy frigates are employed as Florida leaders and TSOGs, spearheading the unit's offensive capability. Highly sophisticated PATCOMs are not mass produced.
Berths are clear.
Let's build us one of those. And then we also have the Hydra Shark 2. Derivative of the Magyorian battlecruiser project, the HS2 is a Lockgreen FFH rebuild with a 1200mm railgun as its core. Okay. Devastating against non-maneuvering heavy armored targets. It is highly sophisticated. It is usually deployed unmanned. I want one of those. I'm sure if you guys have probably been watching, but the Homeworld 3 developers recently announced their railgun frigate, so I've been excited about that, and I'm kind of curious to see like how well this frigate is compared to that one.
Vaygr Squadron contact fleet control 154.75.
All the little communications going on. But here's the upgrade of our torpedo frigate, which has, it looks like, a couple kinetic cannons.
Roger.
And a couple more kinetic cannons.
Acknowledged.
What's the difference between you and the normal one?
Acknowledged. Ready.
Ah, the normal ones are just normal torpedo frigates,
Copy.
where these ones have defenses.
Acknowledged. Ready.
So they have anti-fighter defenses and torpedoes, making them good against fighters and corvettes. Where these ones are just specifically good against corvettes. Okay.
Confirmed.
You guys go down here.
To destination.
Here is the
Ready for combat.
here's the Tulwar frigate. Which looks pretty freaking cool. None of these weapons can be destroyed. That's good. It looks like it has 4 kinetic cannons around it. The bridge, I like where the bridge is. It's pretty cool. It's got 4 kinetic cannons guarding the sides. 2 heavy. What exactly does the Tulwar frigate have? 3 355mm PICs, 800mm PICs, 2 700-meter torpedo tubes. I wonder where those would be located. Unless it's these two. These two might be the torpedo tubes. And then the VLS S and rack, 4 35mm ACs, and 4 HVR launchers. This might be the torpedo tube up here in front. Dude. And then now we got the
Ready.
more powerful ion cannon frigate unlocked. There's 2
Acknowledged.
defensive turrets behind it to protect it against fighters and bombers. Cool.
Ready.
Now we need something big that we can escort it with. Escort carrier. And your defense role. We need a fleet cruiser. So these are the 2 destroyers we can build. We have the fleet cruiser, the Arbiter, and then the Harbinger class escort cruiser. Now the escort
Research
cruiser.
complete. New capital ships available for construction.
Now, escort cruiser is more designed for escorting large capital ships in the battle. So you would use these to defend the battle cruisers, where the fleet cruiser is more of a aggressive role. This would be used to lead a fleet into battle. So like our group of destroyers, we will be using, let's do 2 fleet cruisers.
Copy.
And then we will get everything going.
Roger.
But we have 3 ion cannon frigates,
Standing by.
2 Lothringans, and 1 Hydra Shark.
Standing by.
So these will be our capital ship killers, and then we have a couple torpedo frigates, 2 with fighter defenses, 2 normal torpedo frigates,
Roger.
and then we have these guys who are our main frigate frigate killers.
Acknowledged.
These are our frontline frigates. So they have like anti-corvette weapons, anti-fighter weapons, kinetic cannons, Those guys are good. The only thing we really don't have is we don't have anything that's really good against fighters. So we need to figure that part out. Probably need to make a Corvette group that's good against fighters. Let's see. These are assault groups.
Acquire fleet data on Band Lima.
Pulse hydrogen ion cannon. Indeed.
Research complete. New construction options available.
Cool. We can build our battlecruiser now if we really wanted to. Our destroyer did just get built, so let's go ahead and check her out.
Fleet Command, Arbiter requesting orders.
Construction in progress.
Indeed. Now again, all these weapons can actually be disabled and permanently destroyed, which is pretty cool. I actually like that concept. So we do have to be careful and check these guys out while we're in combat.
Transfer complete. See you next time.
Not at full road. We're coming home.
But the fleet cruisers come with 9 335mm RCs, or RGs I should say, 1 300mm PCA, 200mm PICs, 4 45mm ACs, and 2 700mm torpedo tubes. So they're good against frigates, destroyers, and have a little bit of defenses against corvettes and fighters that can defend itself from. It is kind of cool how these ships can't really be killed that well.
Vector knowledge fleet, Arbiter on the way.
There goes the Arbiter. And the second one is built.
Acquire fleet data on Band Lima.
Okay.
Copy.
Now maybe having an escort of assault bombers wouldn't be too bad, since they're kind of a hybrid. Ooh, what are these? Fighters are product of generation space warfare. Virtually all present strike craft. The Avenger mates heavy armor, crippling firepower, advanced avionics, and acceleration. Roll space superiority, indeed. Huh. Let's get a couple of these. We'll go with fighters. Normally I don't like to go with fighters that much because I like the survivability of corvettes, but we'll experiment with some. We'll experiment with some to see what we can actually do.
Arbiter ready for new orders.
But Orbiter, I want you to have...
Fleet Command, Arbiter requesting orders.
Let's give all those.
Transmit new orders.
Group 1 designated.
Fleet Command, Arbiter requesting orders.
There we go.
Group 1 reinforced.
That will be our first battle group. And if you guys ever notice me going to the menu and coming back really quickly, the reason I'm doing that is to get rid of that engine issue where you can hear the engine trails anywhere on the map, and sensors up close or far away. It's a very common bug in Homeworld that still persists in the remastered version. Okay, so you get all these.
Arbiter reporting.
Group 2 designated.
Coordinates input. Engines to full.
You will be group number 2. Get ready to start heading in and see if we can slowly cripple the enemy. It will take me a little bit to get used to the fact that subsystems can be permanently destroyed. At least when it comes to the main subsystems, like the main weapons and whatnot. So we'll have to be careful, and I will have to be a little bit more mindful of that in the future. But now let's wait for everything to get built, get our squadrons going, and then we'll start trying to make a push. I want to focus on getting the middle so we can get more resources and secure that from the enemy, which will reduce the amount of resources that they can get. And then once we secure the middle, we'll make a push to this asteroid field and then make a push to their final asteroid field and just take over the map slowly. Because this definitely does remind me of Homeworld Complex, where you do have to take your time. You can't just spam a large fleet and hope to win. You have to look at the enemy, disable, get rid of some of their subsystems to make them easier. Which, speaking of which, we need to get a squadron of bombers. Let's add a squadron of Thunderbolt bombers to our group. Add 2 to each group. And then, actually, no, we'll add like a full squadron to one of the enemies and have them be like a subsystem specialist carrier, a subsystem specialist killer, and then have the main group as the like main engagement group. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's wait for all this stuff to get built. I'll get everything in formation, and then we'll get ready to assault the middle. So apparently the heavy bombers and the HSSF fighters share a queue. You can only have 4 of each of these. Okay, so in that case, we will max out with an army of assault bombers. They're not really effective against subsystems, but they are a hybrid of bombers, so we can use them for defense or we can use them for offense. So they're kind of good against both. Okay, we got our groups together. It does look like the enemy has a little bit of ships here, not really doing a whole lot. But basically the way I'm going to do this is I have group 1 is going to be our anti-subsystem group. Their job is going to be to hammer the enemies and disable their subsystems to make it to where group 2, who is going to be the main distraction group, can handle and can take down the enemy. Oh boy, they have a battlecruiser. We probably should get our battlecruiser built, but let's go ahead and do this. Group 1, I want you to kill something valuable on that ship.
Group 1 standing by.
Group 1.
Engage capital ship.
Nope. Group 1, you handle this.
Subsystem target acquired.
Group 2.
Group 2 standing by. Capital ship locked in. Group 2 copies.
Group 2.
Attack run complete.
There's a lot of firepower going on.
Subsystem lost.
I'm in.
Always engage heavy bands for Vaygr 45.03.
Subsystem lost.
Frigate under attack. I'm hit.
Group 2. I don't know where there's a subsystem, kill that.
Subsystem target acquired. Frigate under attack.
There we go. Alright, cool. At least they kind of targeted on their own.
Engage capital ship.
Destroy.
Lost.
Group 1 standing by.
The battlecruiser, disable its engines, please.
Group 2. Subsystem target.
We disable its engines, we don't have to worry about the Trinity cannon.
Lost.
Frigate under attack.
Hey, they're gonna send us some reinforcements, right?
Subsystem lost.
Alright, so now it can't move. Good.
Attacking
Now kill
capital
it.
ship.
Can we disable? We can disable those. Disable that.
Frigate under attack.
Actually, Group 1, you're supposed to be the one that's disabling things. Group 2, continue hammering it.
Capital ship. Group 2 reporting. Engage capital ship. Frigate under attack.
So much firepower.
I'm taking hits here.
Cool.
I'm taking hits here.
We almost got the secondary gun disabled. Its engines are still disabled, so it can't move.
Torpedo frigate under attack.
Hey, they're gonna send us some reinforcements, right?
And that battlecruiser is dead.
Destroyer under attack.
Nice. And that is more proof to where you don't actually need a powerful group to take down these guys.
Squadron under attack. Group 2. 10-4, engaging bandits. Pulsars charged up and ready to go.
Oh, indeed, those are Lancers, or pulsar gun weapons.
5, Fox 2.
That's awesome.
This is the biggest furball I've seen so far.
This is a decent furball, that's for sure. I do like the battle chatter in this mod.
What's up?
Battle chatter makes this mod pretty fun and entertaining. Nice try there, little Longhorn. I was thinking Longhorn Steakhouse for some reason. Lorf Ring.
Bomber squadron under attack.
Okay, everyone, get into group.
1 standing by. Move order confirmed.
They're running away.
Engaging.
Group
We
1
did
reports
some
enemy contact.
major damage.
En route. Combat maneuver confirmed.
Let's see if we lost
Group 1
anything.
under attack.
We did lose
Group
some of
2
our
reports
Thunderbolts.
enemy contact. Group 1 reports enemy contact.
Supporting friendly units. Yeah, good deal with bases here. Group 2 reporting. Underway.
Everything getting groups.
Destination locked in.
But I think that's about it. No, actually, I didn't really lose anything. Oh, I lost one of these guys. I lost one of my light strike fighters. We did get our battlecruiser built during that fight.
New heading set.
Now, we can only build one of these battlecruisers.
The basket's full. We're bringing it in.
Yeah, but this is the Prince of Higara, tier really high number. I forget what number that is in Roman numerals, because I forget what H is. But basically, the Prince of Higara has 4 557mm twin cannons and 300mm ICs, 8 320mm weapons, 9 335mm weapons. It's good against everything, honestly. It's just the main weakness for these ones would be the 2 heavy ion cannons, obviously, and the bunch of kinetic turrets it has on it.
Copy.
But we'll keep you here.
Ready.
You guys,
Standing by.
all my strike craft.
Confirmed. Docking underway.
Go ahead back and dock, get yourself replenished, get yourself refueled. Let's go ahead, rebuild a couple of our Thunderbolts, and then we will continue pushing on to the middle. At least I'll cripple the enemy for a bit. Taking down a battlecruiser with, honestly, I was kind of impressed with this kind of a fleet. But yeah, that's kind of the main point of this mod, is the fact that it's point defense systems. You want to focus on killing the enemy's defenses or crippling them.
Roger.
Now, I do believe, yeah, you're being replenished.
We cannot support more units.
I thought these would actually,
Contact fleet control 143.50.
Ready.
I thought these things would actually be permanently lost. They don't, they just get disabled and rebuild over time. Alrighty, these
Confirmed.
fighters for some reason didn't move. But
Group 1.
let's get all of our entire group together. I'm going to leave the battlecruiser back at our shipyard to defend it.
Confirmed.
Like I said, you only get one battlecruiser, so you do have to be careful on how you use it. And I think for now, I'm going to prioritize speed and
Moving to destination.
speed and movement over having a super powerful ship. I kind of like having these little small attack groups, because if you can organize them like you guys seen earlier, you can easily take down the big battle cruisers. Because again, you can only have one of these, so once that battle cruiser is gone, it's also pretty expensive to build. I believe Prince of Vaygr costs like 9,000 RUs, so it's a pretty big, devastating loss if you lose one of those. But anyways,
Group 1 standing by.
let's go ahead and start making our way to the middle of the map.
Command acknowledged. DD en route. Group 2 reporting.
Now, can I build another carrier? I can. Do I need another carrier? Probably not. It would be good to defend the middle of the map, since that's kind of a focal point to where the enemy is going to be attacking. So yeah, we might build a second carrier and get it outfitted to supply this harvesting operation and defend it.
Group 1 standing by.
But there's a small little group over here.
Acknowledge. Let's do this.
Let's go ahead and take care of these.
Confirm. Intercepting
They have a
hostiles on Vaygr 4-5.
Pioneer assault craft. Oh wow, they have concussion missiles.
Subsystem lost.
I'm hit.
Ooh boy.
Over the flight lead.
They're definitely faster than our destroyers.
Man, I never
It's
thought my first battle would be like this.
so much fighting. But yeah, I definitely do like how much more firepower flies around in these battles in this mod. It's pretty cool. So far it looks like there was only fighters in this one. This guy's taking a lot of damage though. Yeah, we're probably gonna lose him.
Ion frigate under attack. Supporting friendly units.
I like the Tulwar frigates. I like how like the frigates kind of patrol the outskirts and just shoot a bunch of weapons at things. It's pretty cool.
Man, I sure hope Fleet Command knows what they're doing.
Subsystem lost.
Ion frigate under attack.
New construction options available. Subsystem lost.
Do.
Bomber squadron under attack. Multi-beam frigate awaiting orders. I'm taking hits here.
I love these Tulwar frigates. I want to get an entire battle group of these things. Did we actually lose our frigate? I think we might have.
Reporting.
Nope, he just died. I was like, no, he's still alive, but no, he just died. Okay. Still fine.
I'm hit.
So definitely looks like we're gonna need a little bit more anti-fighter
Bomber squadron under attack.
resistance.
Acknowledged.
But these fighters last a really long time. These guys kind of last a long time. Those little battle frigates are pretty cool. But yeah, I want to get more Tulwar frigates. Those things are cool.
Construction
Those
underway.
Tulwar defense frigates.
Construction underway. Assembly underway.
I want to get 2 for each group.
Bomber squadron under attack.
It looks like we might need a little bit more anti-fighter capability. So we might build a small squadron of gunships. They're out of date, they're cheap, but they might be able to help us out. Because we can survive, but we do lose a couple ships, and it does take us a long time to kill fighters.
Bomber squadron under attack. Execute combat maneuver November Echo Alpha Lima 1. Frigate under attack.
Got one little fighter left.
Always engage heavy vents on Vaygr 4-5.03.
Cool. Being tortured by everything under the sun. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our groups together.
New upgrades available.
Group 2,
Moving to destination.
I want you to be over here.
Group 1 copies.
So we lost a lot of our light strike fighters, which are these ones here. We lost one of our battle frigates, which I am rebuilding now. We can only build 2 of the patrol frigates. That makes sense. They're really cool and powerful.
Cannot support any
So
further units.
that makes sense. And we didn't lose any of our strike fighters,
One copy.
or not strike fighters, but our hybrid bombers.
Group 2, standing by.
So that's cool. But yeah, we need to rebuild our frigate, and I need to pay a little bit more attention to the anti-fighter. We need a little bit more anti-fighter capability in these fleets. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. In the next episode, I am hoping to assault the middle of the asteroid area, take it over so we can get some more resources, and then make a push to this asteroid area, and then make a push to here and beat this mission. Hopefully it'll only take one more episode. After this, I would like to take a look at the Sobani fleet. I want to take a look at them compared to the Hygarn and Vaygr. We'll take a look at the Vaygr and whatnot, and then we'll probably move on to 7.1, or we might play around with some other game modes before moving to 7.1. So there's still a lot of content I want to cover, which is the main reason I decided to make it a Let's Play series
We cannot support more units.
instead of just a mod spotlight, which is just one episode and done. Because you guys told me there's a lot of game modes in the version 7 and version 11 that are really, really cool, and I do want to check them out. But I want to cover 6 first before we move on to the other ones. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this. Please leave a like if you did, if you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I'll check you guys out in the next video. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
Gunship Squadron contact Fleet Control 144.25.
The Vaygr have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must survive.